Hi Year 2s, welcome to our final reading session of the week. Today we are going to be looking at answering questions which we need to use our inference skills for, okay? So inference means that we have to think between the lines, we have to use the knowledge that we already know and use evidence from the text to read between the lines to try and figure out what the answer is or what the author is trying to say. Okay, so again, we are going to look at a picture for our starter today. Okay, and today's picture is called My Parents by David Hockey. So he has drawn his parents, he's painted his parents. Okay, so the first question again is an explain question. What does the word partnership mean? Pause the video, have a think, maybe look it up in a dictionary if you've got one, or look it up on the internet. What does the word partnership mean? Okay, well done. A partnership is when two or more people work together or do things together. So the partnership here is of a man and a woman in a marriage. It's like a partnership when people get married and they work, they live, and they do lots of things together as a team. Partnership. Okay? So next question is a retrieval question. So we need to look at the picture and we'll find the answer. What colour jumper is the lady wearing? Of course, it's blue. Well done. Next question is our inference question. So we need to use the knowledge of the picture to try and think of what the answer might be. Do you think David Hockey's parents enjoyed being painted? Pause the video and have a little think. Great, well done. I think that his parents weren't really that bothered about being painted. His dad there looks like he's not really interested, didn't really want to be painted. He's busy reading something there. His mum wanted to help him, wanted to take part, but she kind of looks a bit happy. So maybe she was happy to be painted, but not quite sure that the dad does. So I've used the evidence in the picture to come up with that answer. What did you think? Did you come up with the same thing or something different? Okay, and the last question is a choice question. Why do you think David Hockey chose to paint his parents? Why do you think that? Pause the video and have a little think. Great, well done. I think he chose to paint them because maybe he loves painting and he thought, I'd like to paint my parents because I want to remember them like this. I want to remember them, how they are at this age, be able to keep it forever. And it's something that he could be proud of that he's done himself. I wonder what you thought. Okay, so we are again looking at the same text that we have looked at the last couple of lessons. It's from the book Matilda. And we're going to be answering some inference questions today. So we need to interpret the text and have a little bit more of a think about why the author has said those things in the text. So I'll read it again for you and then we'll go through some questions. By the time she was 3, Matilda had taught herself to read by studying newspapers and magazines that lay around the house. At the age of 4, she could read fast and well, and she naturally began hankering after books. The only book in the whole of this enlightened household was something called Easy Cooking, belonging to her mother. And when she had read this from cover to cover and had learnt all the recipes by heart, she decided she wanted something more interesting. Daddy, she said, do you think you could buy me a book? A book? He said. What do you want a flaming book for? To read, Daddy. What's wrong with the telly, for heaven's sake? You've got a lovely telly with a 12-inch screen, and now you come asking for a book? You're getting spoiled, my girl. Nearly every weekday afternoon, Matilda was left alone in the house. Her brother, 5 years older than her, went to school. Her father went to work and her mother went out playing bingo in a town 8 miles away. Mrs. Wormwood was hooked on bingo and played it 5 afternoons a week. On the afternoon of the day when her father had refused to buy her a book, Matilda set out all by herself to walk to the public library in the village. When she arrived, she introduced herself to the librarian, Mrs. Phelps. She asked if she might sit a while and read a book. Mrs. Phelps, slightly taken aback at the arrival of such a tiny girl unaccompanied by a parent, nevertheless told her she was very welcome. Okay, so let's think about this first question. Why did Matilda want something more interesting to read? Have a little think. Pause the video and have a little think. Okay, so what I've written is she had read the cooking book cover to cover, and because she was hankering after books, that means she was desperately wanting more. She desperately wanted something else to read. So she wanted something more interesting to read because she's already read the only book in the house, which is a cooking book, and she didn't want to keep reading it and reading it and reading it. That was boring. So she wanted something else to read. Okay, so that's the answer to that first question. So it's all about looking in the text, getting the evidence, and interpreting what you think might be the answer. Okay, so today's task, you're going to use the same text and you're going to answer the following inference questions. So if you can, please write the questions that are below and then your answers in your home learning writing book. Okay, so the first question is, why did Matilda's father think Matilda was spoiled? Question 2, why did Matilda go to the library all by herself? And question 3, why was the librarian slightly taken aback when she saw Matilda? So I'd like you to pause the video, have a go at those questions and answers, and then when you're ready, you can press play on this video and we'll go through the answers. Okay, good luck. Okay, how did you get on? Well done for doing that. So the first question was, why did Matilda's father think Matilda was spoiled? Well, he said, you've got a lovely TV, you've got a 12-inch screen, and now you come asking for a book. So because she had a lovely TV, he said that she was spoiled. So why did Matilda's father think she was spoiled? Because she had a lovely 12-inch TV. Question 2, why did Matilda go to the library all by herself? Well, she went all by herself because her parents were always out. Her dad went to work, her mum went to play bingo, and her brother was at school. So she didn't have anyone to take her to the library, and her dad and mum didn't bother to take her. So her parents were always out. That's why she went to the library by herself. And the last question, why was the librarian slightly taken aback when she saw Matilda? Well, Matilda went to the library without an adult. She was a very, very young little girl, and you don't have children of that age going to the library or anywhere by themselves normally. So that's why she was really shocked and surprised, because she was there by herself. She was unaccompanied. So that's the answer to that question, because she was by herself. Well done, everyone, for your work this week on your reading. and I'll see you again soon.